Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business and find out if the emperor is wearing any clothes. Today we're diving into a filing that might sound a bit dry, but trust me, there is a juicy story about shifting control and a significant payout. Alright, so we got an 8K filing from New York REIT Liquidating LLC, but the real meat of this report is actually about a subsidiary and a deal that is changing things up. It is all about a really important agreement called the WWP Holdings LLC agreement. So what's the big deal here? Well, it looks like there's been a shift in ownership and control for something called WWP Holdings. LLC, one company, Arkansas C, which is a part of New York REIT Liquidating, is giving up a tiny bit of its stake, just a 0.2% interest, to another company called WWP JV LLC. After this move, WWP JV will hold 50.1% of WWP Holdings and ARK will hold 49.9%. Now, WWP JV will be the main manager, the one making the day-to-day decisions. But get this, Arkansas C still gets a say in some really big, important decisions. Think of it like this, WWP JV is the driver, but ARK has to agree on major terms. This transfer itself is pretty straightforward, a minor dilution of ARK's stake to give WWP JV a slight majority. Now, WWP Holdings started with a healthy $51 million. ARK has the option to put in more money if needed, but they don't have to. Whatever extra money is put in, whether from ARK or WWP JV, it is all treated equally, meaning nobody gets a special advantage on those later contributions. Here is where it gets interesting. WWP JV, as the manager, can bring in other kinds of investments like preferred equity or loans. But there is a catch. ARK's initial investment needs to be treated the same as WWP JV's. And importantly, if ARK's initial money is put behind other loans or preferred equity from different investors, Arkansas C gets a special fee. It's like a bonus compensation for waiting longer to get paid back, a 1.5% annual fee. This protects ARK and their initial investment from being unfairly disadvantaged by new potentially riskier funding sources. When it comes to selling their piece of the pie, ARK has to offer it to WWP JV first. WWP JV's ability to sell is pretty much up to ARK's agreement unless they are bringing in new partners that the main agreement allows. And for ARK, they have what are called tag-along rights. This means if WWP JV sells its stake, ARK can choose to sell its stake too, on the same terms. It's a protective measure to ensure ARK isn't left behind if the other partner decides to exit. On the flip side, WWP JV has a powerful option. They can buy out ARK's entire stake. The price for this buyout would be whatever ARK put in, plus a guaranteed yearly growth on that investment. This gives WWP JV immense control over the future of WWP Holdings. But ARK isn't left completely at the mercy of WWP JV. ARK has a put option, meaning they can force WWP JV to buy them out. This option becomes available 5 years after the agreement is signed and lasts for a limited time. The price for this is similar to WWP JV's call option, ARK's initial capital plus that guaranteed annual return. It's a way for ARK to ensure they can cash out their investment with a guaranteed profit if they choose to. Now, why is this all happening? It seems like there were some disagreements, some legal actions, or at least the threat of them between these parties over a previous version of this agreement. This new deal is essentially a settlement to clear the air and resolve those disputes. The parties have agreed to drop all the lawsuits and disputes. This means all the legal wrangling is officially over, with no possibility of reopening the case. This is a really good sign of a clean break. And the financial implications are significant because the lawsuits are settled. New York REIT Liquidating LLC doesn't have to keep any money on hold for this WWP Holdings investment anymore. They are free to use that money however they see fit, distribute it to their own investors, pay off debts, or use it for anything else. This is a huge benefit for Nort, freeing up capital that was tied up in this dispute. And here is the big number. As part of this settlement, WWP Holdings will distribute about $6.75 million. This money will be split between WWP JV and ARK based on their ownership stakes. ARK will get $3.39 million of that, which also covers the cost of that 0.2% stake they transferred to WWP JV. This looks like a final payout and a clean exit for ARK from certain aspects of this JV. It is important to note that while they're resettling everything, nobody is admitting they did anything wrong. This is a standard legal phrase in settlements to avoid any implication of guilt. So, looking at this filing, the story is clear. New York REIT Liquidating LLC, through its subsidiary ARC, has essentially divested a part of its interest in WWP Holdings to WWP JV, solidified the management control with WWP JV, and importantly, settled a legal dispute that was holding back capital. The beneficiaries here are the unit holders of New York REIT Liquidating LLC, as they are now free to receive funds that were previously held up. The key numbers are the $3.39 million payout to ARC and the $51 million initial capital, around which this whole JV was structured and then restructured. The settlement itself, with the dismissal of all pending actions, the approximately $6.75 million distribution, a major win for New York REIT Liquidating LLC and its unit holders, as it frees up capital and ends costly litigation. The risks and opportunities now lie more with WWP JV, who have gained majority control and are managing the entity. For New York REIT Liquidating, this is a move towards liquidation and returning value to shareholders. Alright, that is our breakdown of this 8K filing. What is your take on these transactions and what they mean for New York REIT Liquidating LLC? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more exclusive content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.